us what it is. 9 out of 10. It's just that. It's 9 out of 10. Great pay-per-view. Absolutely great pay-per-view. $100% great pay-per-view. That was absolutely amazing. So let's go through. I'm about to put a marker here real quick because then I'm gonna go through and break this down and make another YouTube video. Let me put a marker real quick, y'all. All right. We put a marker right there at the 4 hours and 36 minutes. That way I can know where I started it. So pay-per-view. Let's go over the matches and let's do them in order. You open up the show with Logan Paul versus Ricochet. Absolutely great match. I knew the match was going to be full of high spots. Absolutely great. Absolutely great. Ricochet and Logan Paul go back and forth. Top rope sensation. The Spanish fly off the apron to the floor looked like it hurt Ricochet because it wasn't good, but they kind of like landed. Logan Paul landed on his feet. Ricochet kind of landed more so on one leg and a knee. And then he stood back up. They ran. They did another Spanish fly. Ricochet got the better of it. And I think that's when Logan Paul hit his eye. And his eye started turning kind of purple. In the end, I knew Logan Paul was going to win. But I end up saying that Ricochet was going to win. So I was 0-1. Great match. To rate the match, I would say it was match of the night. And because the pay-per-view, in my opinion, overall was a 9 out of 10, I'm pretty sure the critics are going to say it was 7.5 or even an 8. But I give it a 9 for the suspense and the stuff that they had. There was a little lows. So we got Logan Paul and Ricochet. And Ricochet, we're going to give it, I got to give it a 9. Like, you can't give it anything lower than that. But if I give it a 9, and I say it's the best match out of the night, I say it's the best match out of the night, and if I give it a 9, that means nothing else can be better than that. But then again, I think the Bianca Belair match crosses it. So I'm going to give it a 9. Logan Paul and Ricochet, we're going to give it a 9. It was the match out of the night until I saw that Bianca Belair match. That was the match. Those two are back and forth between the match out of the night. Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. I give it a solid 8.5. You can't give it more than that. Cody with the storytelling. Cody versus Lesnar. We got to give it a solid 8.5. It's almost a 9. Match was absolutely great. Brock did his thing. They did the suspension. The back and forth where Brock was telling a good story. Back and forth where Cody was getting beat up, but he did the overcome. I predicted it. That ended up making me 1-for-1 for the night. I said Cody Rhodes is going to win the match. There's no way that you let Cody Rhodes lose to Brock back-to-back. It doesn't hurt Brock to lose to Cody. It just legitimizes Cody. So Cody is 2-1 versus Brock. Cody has only lost to Roman Reigns and Brock. That builds Cody to another plateau. It takes the rest of the talent and puts Cody up here. Up there with, Roman Reigns. If Cody is here, Roman is here. Cody can get here, but Cody is starting to become an attraction. So you have your 4 attractions now. You got Roman Reigns is the top attraction. You got Brock that kind of hangs down there underneath Roman, but it's kind of on the same level. So you got that tier. And then you have Seth Rollins and Cody on the same tier. So you got Roman and Brock, Seth and Cody. That's your destinations right there. And then you got LA Knight, who won the Battle Royal. I couldn't see who all was in the Battle Royal at first. I think Omos did great. People try to say that that match, that Omos is terrible. I think Omos is pretty good for a big guy. You can't really expect too much from a big guy. They're slow. They're going to be powerful. I think Omos does great at that. I don't know why people hate on him. I got to give the Battle Royal a solid 8. The Battle Royal gets an 8. Battle Royal gets an 8. So we got 9, 8.5 with Cody and Brock, Battle Royal. Then what was the match after that? We have Drew McIntyre and Gunther. I didn't want to see this match at all. But the match was actually pretty good. I mean, the match was good. I was pleasantly surprised at how good the match was. I wasn't surprised because I knew the match was good, but I don't care for either one of them. I think Drew has gone stale. In his babyface role, I think Gunther is just. I don't like him. I think he's just chop, 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 power bomb, and that's it. I don't see what's special about him. I know that he's a dominant heel. He doesn't really cheat. Oh, and going back to Logan Paul and Ricochet, sorry. That brass knuckles with the titanium fist is OP. But okay, you can use it to knock Ricochet out for a while. Then back to Drew and Gunther. I'm going to give them an 8 because anything less than that is hating. It was a good match. We'll give them an 8. Give them an 8. I don't really have much to say about that match. I know people like, oh, you shouldn't. I don't have nothing to really say about that match because I really didn't care about that match. I just really didn't care about the match. Didn't care about the Ronda Rousey match. I didn't really care about that either. The Drew McIntyre match, I was like, please get it over with. The Ronda Rousey match was enjoyable. But both of the matches were enjoyable. So, honestly, the Shayna versus Ronda Rousey match was good, but I can't put it up with the 8s and the 9s. I gotta give the match a 7.5 just out of necessity, just out of the rating system. Because if Logan Paul and Ricochet were a 9, Cody and Brock were 8.5, the Battle Royal and Gunther were 8, I can't give that match higher than a 7.5. I really can't give the match higher than a 7. It was a good match. It went back and forth. It was MMA. They made it look kind of real, you know what I'm saying? In the besides like actually really punching each other and really kicking each other, they made it look as real as possible. So I got to give a match a 7, 7.5. So we're just going to say 7 through 7.5. I'm undecided on that rating. Okay? We'll say that. Then you have the Seth and Finn Balor match. The suspense alone was pretty good. But I was disappointed in the end. I knew it was going to happen. That I picked Shayna to win. I picked Drew to win, even though I knew Gunther was going to win. So that made Logan Paul, I was 0-1. Cody, I was 1-1. Battle Royal, I was 2-1. Drew and Gunther, I was 2-2. Shayna, I was 3-2. I picked Finn to win, but I knew Seth was going to win, so I ended up being 3-3. Right? So I was 50% after this match went off. And 8 point. You got to get that match an 8. You can't give it nothing lower than that. You can theoretically say the match was a 8.59. It was a good match. It was a really good match. I think I'm just emotional about it. I'm just gonna give it 8 and call it a day. It was a great match. They went back and forth. They sold. Damian Priest and the Judgment Day came out. They distracted Seth Rollins. They distracted the ref while Seth was down. Damian threw the briefcase in the ring. Finn mistaked it for Damian trying to cash in, and Damian saying pick it up and use it. And Finn is saying I'm not going to use it right now. Seth Rollins hit him with a pedigree. He kicks out. And then Damian Priest does it again. Goes and distracts the ref. Throws the briefcase in. Then Finn is understanding, use the briefcase. Finn goes to hit Seth. Seth ducks it and reverses it. Does a curb stomp on the briefcase. 1, 2, 3. Match is over. Great suspense. A little upset because I think that you need to put the belt, like the Judgment Day has all of the gold. Like they got the North American title with Dom. Rhea's got the belt. You got Damian Priest with the Money in the Bank, so that's guaranteed championship. You have to take the strap off Seth and put it on Finn. I don't understand the decision there. Finn needs the belt more than Seth does. Seth is well established. Finn is your first time Universal Champion, and he has not had another title run. He's not had another title run on. Well, I don't really need these because I don't need them no more. I forgot because I'm not listening to anything. Finn is he needs the belt more than Seth. I mean, he's a good character, but he don't really need it. I mean, he needs the belt. Seth don't need the belt. So you get an 8 on that. I just think it was a good match. Then you put Bianca Belair, Asuka. First Charlotte comes out, then Asuka comes out, and then Bianca, which let me know that Bianca was winning because they see Bianca higher. But you know, of course, Charlotte is already well established. So Bianca, they sell it. I literally thought that Bianca broke her ankle. The way she landed looked like her ankle was cooked. Not her leg, right? Because she went over the top rope, landed on the steps, and it looks like she broke her ankle. Her foot or leg or whatever. If she didn't break it, she sold it very, very well. And they bring out the refs and they bring out the trainers from the back. They start to take her. She can barely put weight on it. Then she crawls back to the ring. She pulls herself up to the top rope. Instead of standing up straight, she puts her knee there and then she kind of like powers herself up. Charlotte Flair, in the meantime, has the figure 8 on Asuka. Asuka looks like she's about to tap. Bianca Belair hits a 450 splash onto Charlotte and knocks her down. But you know Charlotte planned it perfectly. Well executed spot. Charlotte kicks out. They go back and forth for a little bit. Charlotte puts the figure 8 on Bianca. Bianca looked like she's about to tap out. Asuka comes in and miss Charlotte. Charlotte loses sight, drops the figure 8. Still in the figure 4, Bianca Belair is now, because now it's not a figure 8. It drops down to a figure 4. Bianca sits up. Asuka goes for the kick. Bianca ducks it, grabs Asuka, rolls her up. 1, 2, 3. Bianca's the new champion. I picked that. Now that made me 4 for 3 for the night, right? That made me 4 for 3 for the night. And then before I started the pay-per-view and did my review, I said Io is going to cash in after Bianca wins. And that's exactly what happened. So Io comes out, cashes in, new champion. They bring Dakota Kai out of the audience because, you know, Dakota Kai, I think she tore her ACL or she might have ripped it or whatever. I don't know what she did, but she's out, right? So Damage Control is down to 2 members. They've been playing with that whole Bayley is going to turn on Io, and I'm letting y'all know right now, Bayley is going to pull a Sasha Banks. She is most definitely going to turn on Io. It's without a doubt that she's going to turn on Io. It's without a doubt. She's going to do that. She's going to turn on her. She's going to turn on her. She's going to turn on her. I'm letting you know that now. She's going to turn on her. But that made me 5 for 8. 5 for 3. Because I predicted that and I knew it was going to happen. Then you have your main event. So what are we going to give? We're going to give... I honestly think that between Logan Paul and Ricochet and the Bianca Belair and Asuka and Charlotte. So you got Flair versus Asuka versus Belair. And this, to me, was between them and Logan Paul. These two were the match of the night. So, in order to not be too biased, I'm just going to give that match a 9 and just say both of those matches are tied. Bianca Belair and Asuka, And we're just gonna say the tie for the match of the night. Those were two good matches. Now every match was great, I promise you, except for the Shayna and the Ronda Rousey. It was good, but those two matches were above and beyond. They were above and beyond. And the next match that would come after that would definitely be Cody versus Brock, because that was a really good. All the matches had very good storytelling. If we rated it based off of every good storytelling, every match had very good storytelling. And we would have to give every match a 9 for storytelling. Because if we did storytelling, then we're talking about a whole different rating for each match. Because if you go for storytelling, Bianca Belair and Asuka's match is a 10. Seth Rollins and Finn Balor's match is a 10. Ronda Rousey and Shayna's match, that storytelling takes that match from a 7, 7.5 all the way up to a 9. Because that storytelling was excellent. The Drew McIntyre and Gunther match would definitely be an 8.5. The Battle Royal, no storytelling. It's just a Battle Royal. So then that would just be a 0 in storytelling, right? So it takes that match to a 0. It was a little storytelling, but it was the back and forth action, right? Then the Brock and Cody would definitely be a 10 because they've had, this three match build up, and this is the conclusion to a rivalry that's been going on since the Raw after WrestleMania. So you're talking about April, you got May, June, July, August. You know what I'm saying? So you got a 3-month, almost 4-month rivalry there. 12 weeks. This is a 12 weeks. That's what they call a long rivalry. This is a 12-week rivalry that's going on that made Cody better for it, right? It didn't hurt Brock any whatsoever because Brock really has nothing to prove. Him losing to like a Gunther, best believe it may happen. But him losing to a Gunther, that's just like, okay, Gunther ain't that good. Cody is believable. Now at this point. So, we got Flair, Asuka, we got the 9. And then you have the Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso match. And you have to give this... you got to give that a match of 9. You got to give it a 9. It's tied for match of the night, too. You have 3 matches that are tied for match of the night. The reason why is because of psychology, the use of of Paul Heyman, the little things, right? Then you have Roman Reigns selling, protecting his cousin. The match was safe. You got Jey protecting Roman Reigns. You got the use of the chairs. You got the use of both tables. You got the leather match strap. You got the kendo stick. You got the announcement table. They broke the barrier. I mean, this match has got to be 9-10 out there. That's what, like, before this, to tell you how good this pay-per-view was, this pay-per-view was already 8.5 before that match started. So that match just took it. That match really could take this pay-per-view to a 9.5, almost 10. But to be fair, I'm going to say it's a 9. Because everything accumulated. But that Roman Reigns and Jey Uso match was great. Especially at the end. When Jimmy comes in and pulls Jey out. Because Jey, dead to rights, had Roman beat. Just like Cody had Roman beat at WrestleMania, and Solo comes in with the hoodie on. Jimmy stopped Jey from beating Roman Reigns. And now you're left with what happens. Because you got what happens with Jimmy and Jey and the bloodline. Because Roman Reigns looked extremely confused. You have, is Bianca Belair going to turn heel now because of what just happened? She had on the black and gold. Her husband and her husband's friend just hooked up with Bobby Lashley. It would be an opportunity because Io is a heel. But if you turn Bayley on Io becomes the face. Now you have Charlotte Flair as a face, Asuka as a heel, Bayley as a heel, right? Bayley, Asuka as a heel, Charlotte Flair as a face, Io as a face. You need another heel, which is Bianca Belair. I'm waiting for the day that they turn her. But it changes the WrestleMania plans because I'm pretty sure they want her to be a face and she wants to win. It might change her merchandise, but I think it'll make her cooler. Hell, I don't know. But I think this is a great pay-per-view. I think it was awesome. But I've been on here since 5 o'clock and it's 9:30. So that's 5.5 hours. I'm definitely gonna stream here in a little bit, but I need to take a break. I need to let this load up on YouTube, and that's it. So I think the pay-per-view was a 9 out of 10. We're gonna throw that out of there. And you got my match ratings, and I'm gonna break this down into another video too. But until next time, it's your boy NLV Assassin, and I'm out.